Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another TEW 2020 experiment video here today. As look, we're starting in the editor screen, which just tells you this is the only way I can show what I want to show. So yes, 2022 November of course marks 10 years of one of the biggest factions in WWE history, The Shield. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns debuted in November 2012 at Survivor Series, attacking John Cena or Ryback, helping Seth Rollins win. Seth Rollins helping CM Punk win. And yeah, 10 years. God, how's it been 10 years? Yeah, the Shield, their impact, individually as a group cannot be quantified, really. And so much the same way I did with the OVW4, I wanted to ask that one important question of what if they never existed? And so for that, I decided of all the dates to start, I'm going to wind the clock back to 2010. 2010 felt like a good year to start, not just because there wasn't a mod that started in 2012 for the Shield's debut. The 2010 is a good year to start. 2010, the year that Roman Reigns signed his developmental contract with WWE that would lead to the Shield, to the Tribal Chief, to all of it. 2010, the year that Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose would put in the performances that would get him his WWE contract, developmental contract, in 2011. And 2010, the year that Seth Rollins, Tyler Black, of course, would win the Ring of Honor title, bigging his star even more before he would sign with the WWE as the developmental contract, So yeah, 2010, a massive year for all three in the road that would lead to the Shield that has led to everything since. So yeah, there's going to be a three-part series. We'll do this video, go from 2010 to 2012 when they debuted. The next part next week will be 2012 to 2014 when they split up. And then the final part in 2 weeks will be 2014 to present day, a massive jump. Going over this era post Shield. What is the world like overall? So yeah. God, I'm here now. So yeah, let's just Tyler Black, Seth Rollins, never existed. Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, never existed. And the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, Joe Anoa'i. That's him, isn't it? That's him. Joe Anoa'i never existed at all. So without further ado, I'm going to simulate forward till November 2012 in game, and we're going to see what the state of play is. We haven't had Seth Rollins tearing up in Ring of Honor. We haven't had Jon Moxley over in FCW yet. Roman Reigns hasn't been developing. Who have WWE focused on developing through instead? And all those important questions, let's go see what the state of the wrestling world is in November 2012 in a world without the Shield. And here we are, Monday, week 1, November 2012, in a Shieldless world. I guess I'll start with Ring of Honor. Seth Rollins was Ring of Honor champion. Not anymore. Austin Aries was the champion until April 2010, and in 2010, I do believe that in February 2010 was when Seth Rollins won the belt, I want to say. February 2010. Instead of April 2010, it was Roderick Strong who took the title from Austin Aries. He would lose it back in January 2011 to Austin Aries again, his big brain. And then Austin Aries would lose it a month later back to Roderick Strong, who had it for 10 months while losing it to the current champion Chris Hero, who's approaching a year with it. And that's a beautiful belt, by the way. Yeah. Ring of Honor without Seth Rollins, without Tyler Black, instead pushing forward and focusing on Roderick Strong, which is nice. Roderick Strong's cool. We like Roderick Strong, don't we? I don't have a problem with that. Shout out Roderick Strong. Yeah. FCW. Is FCW here? Right. WWE, NXT. FCW is not here. Is it? Right, God. WWE. No, it's just NXT. Okay. NXT it is. Let's have a look. At NXT. Alex Riley and Jesse Goddard's here. I recognise you. I should know your name. I don't. I'm sorry. Top guys. Seth Rollins, the inaugural NXT champion. These have the FCW titles. Instead of Seth Rollins, they just rebranded it. Instead of Seth Rollins being the champion. God. The FCW champions have been, oh god, since Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, Dawson Alexander, Trent Barretta, Alex Riley, Mason Ryan, Alex Riley. So instead of Seth Rollins being the current NXT champion, we're just gonna, I'll edit these into the NXT titles. Instead of Seth Rollins being the NXT champion, WWE have pushed ahead with Alex Riley, which, you know what, say it to my face, mate. Banger theme song. Full backing. Alex Riley, the NXT FCW champion. NXT Tag Champs, Bo Rotunda and Joey Mercury. Fair. Usos dominant, expected. Queen of FCW's Naomi. Not on the main roster. Fair. I couldn't tell you when she debuted IRL, so specifically, so that's okay. WWE. What's state of day? And they don't. Oh god. CM Punk is the WWE champion at this point IRL. In his feud with John Cena, Ryback's around, Paul Heyman's with him. What happened to CM Punk? You know, he called in the Hounds of Justice to help him, potentially, in this world. But what happened to CM Punk? You know, in this reality, Vince McMahon's still here, of course. Cena is the face of the company. The WWE champion is Kofi Kingston. Okay, interesting. In a shieldless world, Kofi Mania happens a hell of a lot sooner. Champion-wise, where do we start? We start with Sheamus, which, true. Do we? We start with John Cena. Sheamus wins it. Holds it till 5 months till May, loses it to Jericho. 5 months to October, loses it to Shawn Michaels. They're really bringing that feud back. Lovely. It's a great feud. October to January, so 3 months, lost it to the Big Show. January to July, 6 months, Rey Mysterio. July to August, October, 3 months. Randy Orton, October to March, 5 months, Triple H, March to May, vacant. I assume an injury to Triple H, unlucky. And Kofi Kingston chose to win the vacant title. Kofi Kingston, Jesus Christ, at Fatal 4-Way, it was a triple threat match, yep. And Kofi Kingston beat Shelton Benjamin and Jack Swagger. God, can you imagine that? You go into a match and the WWE champion will be one of those 3 men. Kofi won. And then they got rid of Jack Swagger and they put in Rey Mysterio, which just makes, no offense to Jack, makes this match infinitely better. And Kofi retains, and they beat Rey Mysterio on his own. He beat Bryan Danielson. He beat The Undertaker, which just makes me think of that old post of a bloody WrestleMania feud between Kofi and Undertaker. And at one point, a masked man, Trouble in Paradise's pregnant Michelle McCool's belly. It's like, and it was like, who did it? And it's like, so dumb. And then he beat Rey again. Kofi and Rey having a nice little feud over that title. As yeah, in a shieldless world, Kofi, CM Punk, no title. Was he the world heavyweight division at least? Yes, he is. Where do we start? CM Punk lost it to The Undertaker. Undertaker lost it to CM Punk. Undertaker held it for 9 months. Lost it to CM Punk. CM Punk held it for 4 months. Lost it to Triple H. Held it for 4 months. Free defense. Lost it to Cena. Cena held it for 3 months. Lost it to Taker. Taker held it for 3 months. Lost it to Punk. Punk held it for 6 months, 5 defenses. He lost it to Shawn Michaels, who held it for 3 months. Lost it to Cena, who's held it for 6 months so far. Yeah, in a shieldless world, shockingly, John Cena is a world champion again. Some things do never change. CM Punk has picked up a few titles, though. He's at the very least a 5-time world heavyweight champion. No dirty titles to his name, but he's a 5-time world heavyweight champion, so he hasn't had, too short a stick in this world, has he? And it's good to make Kofi is the WWE champion, which makes this world a bit better, doesn't it? The Rumble and that isn't set up, sadly. Maybe I'll set that up as well. Make up a few edits. Evan Bourne and Cody are the World Tag Champs, Adrenaline's in my soul. Kaylee Burchill is a 4-time Women's Champ, so this is actually an infinitely better universe. US Champ is Justin Gabriel, Justin Angel, who beat Ted DiBiase, who beat the Hurricane, who beat Primo, who beat Ted DiBiase, who beat Primo, who beat Kane. Lovely. WWE Tag Champs are Shad Gaspar and JTG. It's crime time. Who beat Great Khali and Rey Mysterio? Who beat Crime Time? Who beat Evan Bourne and the Great Khali? Great Khali was really looking for a partner in this world, huh? Intercontinental Champion is Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is a tag team and Intercontinental Champion. Shout out Cody Rhodes. 5-time Intercontinental Champion. Beat R-Truth. Lovely. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Divas Championship is vacant. And it has been vacant for 3 years. So I don't think that's happening. I'll have to edit so much, won't I? ECW Champion Sheamus, who beat Orton, who beat Sheamus, who beat Christian. How long are these reigns? Christian was the ECW champion for 18 months. Not even, actually. Not even. For 30 months. I assumed they just forgot it existed. He defended at the Rumble in 2010. He defended it at WrestleMania 26 against Jerry Lawler and Kofi. Extreme Rules against Ted. And then he didn't defend it again until an episode of Raw in January of 2012. Nearly 2 full years later, where he lost it to Sheamus. And then Sheamus lost it to Orton, who lost it to Sheamus. So that's what's going on in ECW, if you're curious. Christ. As yeah. The foundations of the Shield showing up, of course. CM Punk was WWE champion. Called in the Hounds of Justice to help him. But this was, you know, CM Punk not WWE champion. He's had a successful run of things, yeah. He's not WWE champion. Kofi Kingston is. Kofi Kingston calling in the Hounds of Justice would be a very different story, wouldn't it? Oh, God. Kofi. Good for Kofi. As that is going to be it for today, I think. The interesting thing starts next week, I suppose. It's like the prologue to the video, I guess, in a way. And next week, we will be going forwards to, when is it? May/June 2014. Of course, when Seth Rollins turned on the Shield and it was the end of the Shield. So we will go going through the entire space of time where the Shield was together and dominating WWE. Looking to see what changed in the landscape in that time. You know, instead of Dean Ambrose's incredibly long US title reign, who held it? Who was tag champs? Who had those matches at Mania? Interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. If you have enjoyed this, I hope you have. Please leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss that part or the part after, which will, of course, be the post-Shield years, 2014 to present day. You know, don't want to miss any of that. So I hope you have enjoyed this part 1. Like I said, part 2 next week, part 3 the week after. 10 years of the Shield, so special experiments for that. I hope you have enjoyed, though. And yeah, let me know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think the wrestling landscape as a whole would have been in a world where the Shield members, Seth, Dean, Roman, you know, Tyler, Jon, and Joe never existed? Love to hear your thoughts. So leave down in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, and as always, I just want to say a very special thank you for watching.